There is a woman in Sapporo who makes breakfast every morning in a kitchen the size of most Western pantries. Two burners, a small wooden counter, a single shelf above the sink. And every morning, without moving a single thing out of her way, without searching a single drawer, without clearing a single surface, she cooks. Not because she cleans more, because her kitchen contains less. Somewhere else this morning, someone opens a kitchen cupboard to find a pan and has to move 4 other things to reach it. The counter has the coffee machine, the air fryer, the fruit bowl, the knife block, the stack of mail that landed there 3 days ago, and the thing they bought at a market 6 months ago and have not used once. Breakfast takes 20 minutes longer than it needs to. Not because of the cooking, because of everything around the cooking. The Japanese kitchen is not a minimalist aesthetic. It is a working philosophy. And at the center of that philosophy is a practice called danshari. Refuse what you do not need, discard what you do not use, separate yourself from the objects that are quietly costing you more than they give. Applied to a kitchen, it asks one question of every object on every surface and in every drawer. Does this earn its place here, or is it simply staying because no one has decided to remove it yet? 6 categories. Stay with me because number 4 is sitting on almost every Western kitchen counter right now, and number 6 is the one most people will argue about and need to remove most. Item 1. The appliance you own for one recipe. You have one. The spiralizer from the healthy eating phase, the panini press from the sandwich phase, the juicer that ran for 2 weeks and has lived at the back of the counter ever since. Each one arrived with genuine intention. Each one quietly became furniture. In Japanese kitchen culture, counter space is not storage. It is working surface, functional, clear, and available. There's even a concept for this, the deliberate space between things. An empty counter is not an unfilled surface, it is a kitchen that can actually be used. Every appliance that lives permanently on the counter is occupying space the kitchen needs in order to work. The rule is simple. If it has not been used in the last 30 days, it does not live on the counter. If it has not been used in 6 months, it does not live in the kitchen. One object removed tonight creates more working space than a full reorganization of everything around it. Item 2. Expired or near-empty pantry items. Open the cupboard, not the one at the front, the one at the back. There is a spice jar in there from a recipe you made once in a previous decade. A sauce with a centimeter of liquid left. A packet with the corner rolled down and clipped, kept because throwing away food feels wasteful. In Japan, the kitchen is treated as the room where the body's energy is prepared. Stagnant, expired, or forgotten food sitting in a cupboard is not neutral. It is dead weight in the room where everything should feel alive and intentional. Japanese kitchens run on freshness, not because of abundance, but because of the understanding that what surrounds the cooking affects the cooking. Go through one shelf tonight, not all of them, one. Check dates. Finish what can be finished this week. Let go of what cannot. A cupboard with less in it and all of it current is not an empty cupboard. It is a kitchen that knows what it has. Item 3. Duplicate utensils and tools. How many wooden spoons do you own? How many spatulas? How many of the same knife in slightly different sizes? Duplicates accumulate without decision. A new one arrives and the old one stays because it still works, because throwing away something functional feels wrong. Japanese kitchens operate with precision over abundance. One good knife, cared for properly, used deliberately. One wooden spoon. The logic is not deprivation. It is that every duplicate sitting in a drawer is another object to sort through, to clean around, to move out of the way when reaching for the one you actually use. The drawer that holds 6 versions of the same tool is not well equipped. It is cluttered. Pick one category this week: spatulas, wooden spoons, or knives. Keep the best one. Let the rest go. The drawer immediately becomes easier to use, and nothing about the cooking changes except that it becomes faster to find what you need. Item 4. The paper and clutter that landed on the counter. Here it is, the one on almost every Western kitchen counter right now. The stack of mail, the school permission slip, the receipt, the pen that appeared from nowhere, the thing someone put down while walking past and never picked up again. The kitchen counter is the flattest, most accessible surface in the home, which makes it the natural landing zone for everything that does not yet have a place. And in Japan, this is precisely what it is not allowed to be. The counter belongs to the kitchen. Nothing that is not food preparation has a reason to be there. Every piece of paper on a kitchen counter is a small, unresolved decision, a task that has not been handled, a thing that has not been put away. And every unresolved decision sitting in your eye line while you cook is a quiet cognitive drain. Not dramatic, just a low-grade background weight that the kitchen carries all day. One rule applied once. The kitchen counter is not an inbox. Everything that lands there gets handled or moved within 24 hours. That single rule, kept consistently, transforms the counter from the most stressful surface in the home to the most functional one. Item 5. Mismatched or damaged food storage containers. The cupboard with the lids. Every household has one. A stack of containers with no matching lids, a collection of lids with no matching containers, and at least 3 containers that have warped, stained, or cracked, but are kept because they still technically hold things. In Japanese home organization, storage is considered part of the cooking environment, not separate from it. A cupboard of mismatched containers is a small daily friction point. Opening it to pack lunch or store leftovers is mildly chaotic every single time, not because the task is hard, but because the tools for it are disordered. Match every container to its lid today. Anything without a match goes. Anything damaged goes. What remains fits together, stacks neatly, and makes the daily task of storing food feel effortless rather than mildly irritating. Small frictions removed consistently add up to a kitchen that simply works. Item 6. The item most people will defend the hardest, the full fruit bowl. Not the fruit, the bowl piled high and permanently overflowing, where the bottom layer is always slightly older than it should be, where something is always on the edge of turning, where the whole arrangement requires a visual check every morning to assess what needs eating today before it is too late. In Japanese kitchens, fruit and produce are bought in smaller quantities and more frequently. The goal is not abundance on display, it is freshness in use. A bowl with 3 pieces of fruit that are all at peak ripeness is not a sparse bowl, it is a bowl that is actually working. The overflowing fruit bowl is a Western abundance signal, a visual demonstration of a well-stocked home. But what it demonstrates in practice is produce bought faster than it can be eaten, food waste accepted as normal, and a daily low-grade anxiety about what needs to be consumed before it spoils. Buy less more often. Keep what is in the bowl to what will be eaten in the next 2 days. Notice how different it feels to open the kitchen in the morning and find everything there in perfect condition, none of it asking anything of you. 6 items, none of them requiring a full weekend, a storage system, or a single new purchase. The appliance kept for one recipe. The expired items at the back of the cupboard. The duplicate utensils filling the same drawer. The paper that turned the counter into an inbox. The unmatched containers with no lids, and the fruit bowl that became a daily audit. A kitchen does not feel calm because it was designed that way. It feels calm because someone decided, item by item, what was allowed to stay. Start tonight. 1 item, the one you already know should go. Which of these 6 are you looking at right now? Tell me the number in the comments. And if someone in your life has a kitchen that feels heavier than it should, send this to them this week. They will know exactly which one is theirs. I will see you in the next one.